Congress has passed the National Defense Authorization Act, which provides funding for the military.
All spending is not created equal. The number one priority of the federal government is to defend the country.
This really lays out the blueprint for the next year for our military and even beyond.
Russian aggression is on the rise. ISIS fighters are carving a trail of slaughter across the Middle East. Iran is working to acquire a nuclear weapon. Now, more than ever, we cannot afford to be holding up funding for our military, especially for partisan political purposes.
Last week, President Obama admitted to the nation and to the world that he still does not, and I quote here, a complete strategy to deal with ISIS.
Defeating ISIS is critical to maintaining an inclusive and unified Iraq.
We can choose a better future for ourselves, make the right decisions now, and set our nation on a better course. That is what this legislation is all about, living up to our constitutional duty to provide for the common defense, increasing the effectiveness of our military, and restoring America's global leadership.
Because here's what every senator knows deep down. Voting to filibuster would mean allowing Democrat leaders to take from every soldier, every sailor, every Marine, and every man and woman in the Air Force the pay raises they've earned, so Democratic leaders can use it as an ante in the game of shutdown roulette.
I urge my friends in the minority, do not give in to the temptation of partisan grandstanding. Do not let this become another exercise in political brinksmanship. Do not place a desire to fight the majority over our shared duty to keep this country safe. And do not jeopardize our men and women in uniform to win concessions for yet more domestic spending.
We are a safe and free nation because of their bravery and sacrifice.
The American people aren't served well by these kinds of manufactured crises and threats to cut off funding for our troops. And that's why the new Republican Senate under Majority Leader McConnell has prioritized and restored the kind of regular order that Senator Reid talked about in 2013. And finally, the Congress and the Senate is actually getting back to work on a bipartisan basis.